The history of Detroit, Alabama, a small town in Lamar County, is intertwined with the broader history of the American South, particularly the state of Alabama. Here's a detailed look at its journey. Early beginnings. Indigenous inhabitants. The area that would become Detroit was originally inhabited by various indigenous tribes, including the Creek and Choctaw nations. They were skilled hunters, gatherers, and farmers, living in harmony with the land for centuries. European exploration. In the 16th century, Spanish explorers arrived in the region, followed by French settlers in the 17th century. However, permanent European settlement was slow to develop due to the challenges of the wilderness and conflicts with indigenous tribes. The 19th century. Cotton and slavery. The early 19th century saw the rise of the cotton industry in the South, fueled by the labor of enslaved African Americans. Detroit, like many other towns in Alabama, became part of this system, with plantations emerging in the surrounding areas. Civil War and Reconstruction. Alabama, including Detroit, played a significant role in the American Civil War. The state seceded from the Union in 1861 and joined the Confederacy. After the war, the Reconstruction era brought about changes, including the abolition of slavery and the establishment of a biracial government. However, these gains were gradually eroded over time. The late 19th and early 20th centuries. Economic development. In the late 19th century, Detroit experienced a period of growth as a result of the development of railroads and the timber industry. The town was originally named Millville due to the numerous mills established during this time. Name change. Around 1880, the name was changed to Detroit to avoid confusion with another town in Alabama called Millerville. The 20th century. Agricultural economy. Throughout the 20th century, Detroit remained primarily an agricultural town, with cotton, corn, and livestock as the mainstays of the local economy. Population trends. The town's population fluctuated over the decades, with periods of growth and decline. The Great Depression of the 1930s and the mechanization of agriculture in the mid-20th century led to economic hardships and population loss. Modern era. In recent decades, Detroit has experienced a decline in population and economic activity, as many young people have sought opportunities in larger cities. However, the town retains its historical charm and close-knit community. Key points to remember. Detroit, Alabama, has a rich history rooted in the indigenous cultures, European colonization, and the American Civil War. The town's economy has been shaped by agriculture, particularly cotton, and later by timber and other industries. The 20th century brought significant changes, including the impact of the Great Depression and the mechanization of agriculture. Today, Detroit is a small town with a strong sense of community and a connection to its past.